Hey everybody, it's your bro Luke Feast, back at you with another video. Today, I'm going to talk about my top 10 favorite animators. And I'm going to get into a little bit of why I like them. So stay tuned and I hope you enjoy this video. Number 10, Lemonade is a YouTuber that is pretty awesome. I just love the coloring this guy uses in his videos and the commentary snap and the writing. I've been following his videos on YouTube. I love the kind of jokes he adds to them. I think the highlight of this guy's animation is the coloring. The coloring is very vivid and diverse, but I really like it that way. Number 9, Walt Disney. I know what you're thinking. Disney owns everything. Yeah, they do. But there was a time when there was an upcoming animator in the Great Depression who was struggling to make animation and start up a company. He was slaving away at a job called, I don't know, he was working for some newspaper company where he made comics for it. And he met a guy named, what was his name? I know his name. Ubs Iwerk. It was Ubs Iwerk. I know it, I memorized it. I didn't look it up. I know it's Ubs Iwerk. And because they became friends and they started a company called Laugh-O-Gram, but then it fell apart. But then they started another company called Walt Disney Studios, and that went pretty good. But then there was this other company, but then they kept stealing employees and there was this whole thing. He never gave up though, and that's perseverance, I guess. I don't know, the work ethic behind that was pretty inspiring to me, how he built the company from nothing. Number 8, Milo Vegas. Milo Vegas is an awesome animator. You are, buddy. And I hope you keep posting because your videos are really funny. He inspires me to animate so much, and he makes a lot of short, funny animations and he has a series called Life of Paul, and I really like the simplicity behind it and the writing and the in-your-face things that happened out of the blue. He's a really genuine animator, and in a lot of his videos he puts a lot of detail into like the characters' face and mouth movements and expressions, and I can tell like a little bit of this animation, maybe 30 seconds, takes a lot of effort because he puts so much detail into it, and I respect that. You got this, Milo. You're my homie. Keep posting. Yeah, I need to keep posting too. I haven't posted in a while. I've been busy. Number 7, Matt Groening. Okay, Matt Groening is the creator of The Simpsons and the creator of Futurama. But before that, he was working on a comic strip called Life in Hell. And he was struggling with dead-end jobs, and it's kind of how he got inspired for Fry from Futurama. And all of a sudden he started working on this comic strip that started getting more and more popular, and suddenly some guy offered him a show after seeing that comic, Life in Hell. He was gonna pitch it to Fox to be on the Tracy Ullman show, I believe. He was originally gonna pitch the Life in Hell comic, but he's all like, what if this doesn't work out? 15 minutes before he went into the pitch to meet with the Fox executives to pitch his show, he thought of the idea by himself. He thought, wait, what if this doesn't work out? Well, what if I make a show about my family where like this one's my mom, and he just based it off his family, and it's still running to this day. I always loved trying to draw like Matt Groening because his art style was very unique in its own way. So yeah, Matt Groening. Number 6 is 2 people in one show, technically, yeah. And that is Raphael Bob Waltzberg and Lisa Hannah Walt. These 2 people created BoJack Horseman, a show that I really get a lot of inspiration from. Technically, Raphael wasn't an animator, he was the writer, and he wanted to write the show. But he had a friend named Lisa Hannah Walt who would love to just draw animals. Once they got the show, Lisa Hannah Walt became the artistic director for BoJack Horseman. Great show. And it really gets good into depression and how people deal with depression, and it seems all cartoony, and then it'll hit you with some real shit. I love that show. Anyways, let's keep going. Number 5, CJ Quintel is the creator of the regular show. I honestly don't know a lot about his backstory, but I remember growing up on the regular show and being really inspired by the characters and just the story, and the jokes were really funny, obviously. CJ Quintel has this one video where he was making a pitch to executives at Comedy Central. No, it was Cartoon Network, duh. He was making a pitch to people at Cartoon Network. There's a video you can check out where he's reenacting trying to pitch it to Cartoon Network, and it's really interesting how he talks about the process of his animation and the story and how he planned the whole story and how we dissected how the characters are gonna work together. Number 4, Steven Hillenburg. Steven Hillenburg is the creator of SpongeBob. SpongeBob was created in an interesting way. Steven Hillenburg was a marine biologist at, Humboldt, California. He was a marine biologist, and he made this comic strip to help his students study for his class, and it was called SpongeBoy Ahoy, if I'm not mistaken. And that got picked up by Nickelodeon somehow and became SpongeBob. Let me look this up really quick. I actually don't want to give you false information, so I'm going to double check this shit. I'm not false advertising, I'm Googling this shit. How was SpongeBob discovered? Oh, that's really interesting. Okay, so that's what happened. I just did research in the middle of my video. He was a professor, and he made a character in the animation called SpongeBoy Ahoy, but it wasn't called SpongeBoy Ahoy. It was basically a pamphlet for his students to help study. And then he also was into art, and in 1996, he pitched SpongeBob to Nickelodeon, and the rest is history. Except for the first 3 seasons, you know, and then things changed, but yeah. Number 3, this is a good one. Ashiro Oda. He is the creator of One Piece. One Piece has inspired me a lot, and I ran into it by accident. I was talking to my brother and his friend, and I was all like, hey, what's your favorite anime? And they were all like, One Piece. And Logan's like, I'd be really impressed if he got into One Piece. So I decided to challenge him and get into One Piece. Dude, I realized it is a really, 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 really long, but really, really, really good show. And it has over 1,200 episodes. And I am caught up in One Piece. I am. I think I'm like an episode or 2 behind, technically. But like, I'll have to catch up and watch those this Sunday. But yeah, I'm pretty much caught up. I'm not gonna spoil anything, but I'm not gonna spoil anything. But the creator, I googled it, it says he gets 3 hours of sleep a night, which doesn't sound even physically possible. He lives in Japan, and he worked on manga as a kid, and he writes manga, and manga is pretty much like comic strips for Japan, and then they translate it into animation. So he is an animator, I guess. He's a manga artist, but I want to add him to this list because he really inspires me creatively. So there's no way I'm not adding him to this list because Ashiro Oda is awesome, and he's an animator. Come on, man. Like, he's an animator. He's awesome. He's a genius. Okay. Now, number 2, Trey Parker and Matt Stone. These guys are awesome at creating, they're really offensive, but they're also really creative, and they really inspire me to make, I think they were the key to making me inspired to make animation. I remember coming home from school, watching South Park, and not only laughing, but being hooked on a story that was just little circles with faces. But I was hooked on these characters. Like, these are stupid little circles with faces, but it's not the most expensive animation, obviously. The fact that they can have intriguing characters behind those weird animations is really inspiring, and their backstory is really inspiring too. Obviously, they made the spirit of Christmas in like 1995 or something. I don't know the exact date. But they made the Spirit of Christmas on the internet and it went viral. People kept wanting to see more. They just really inspire me, even though they're really offensive. I love the stories and the characters, and my favorite character is Butters. Number 1. Drum roll. Who's the best animator in the world? Luke Feast. Whoa, 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 whoa. You can't put yourself at the top of your top 10 list. Hey, what are you talking about? Because it's cheating, you dumbass. But come on, man. I'm awesome. I am the greatest. Stop trying to act like Muhammad Ali. It doesn't look good on you.
But shut the fuck up.